Welcome to Civil Engineering Licensure Examination Reviewer for practical questions on mathematics. Transportation Engineering, Part 3. Problem number 20. The key principles to be adopted in land use planning and zoning are the following. 1. Development and implementation of a zoning plan to separate incompatible and conflicting land uses and the traffic they generate. 2. Strong planning regulations to influence the location of new development and to control access arrangements and parking. 3. Land uses should be planned with the aim of minimizing travel and maximizing accessibility to public transport. 4. Activities which generate substantial traffic should be located adjacent to roads most suited to the type of traffic expected. Example, if a primary school generates many cycle or pedestrian trips, then it should be capable of being reached directly via a network of bikeways or footpaths. And 5. Light industry and service establishments can be located adjacent to residential areas, but vehicular access should not be via the residential streets. Letter A. 1, 2, 4, and 5 only. Letter B. 1, 3, 4, and 5 only. Letter C. 1, 2, 3, and 5 only. Letter D. All the above. The correct answer is letter D. All the above. Problem number 21. Industrial areas are very important to the economy of most countries, and it is necessary for them to be provided with safe, efficient links to national and international markets for both raw materials and finished goods. The important factors to consider for the layout and design of industrial estates are: 1. Land zone for industrial purposes should have direct access from the district distributor network whenever possible. 2. Each site should have sufficient off-road parking and loading areas to accommodate all its operational, staff and visitor requirements within the site boundary. 3. Roads and footpaths should provide a safe and efficient means of access for workers, visitors' requirements within the site boundary. 4. The internal circulatory system, to at least local distributor standard, should ensure that no traffic queues on the network in normal circumstances. Letter A. All the above. Letter B. 1, 2, and 4 only. Letter C. 1, 3, and 4 only. Letter D. 1 and 4 only. The correct answer is letter A. All the above. Problem number 22. Commercial and retail areas may vary from isolated stalls or street sellers to major shopping centers and office developments covering large areas of land. Consequently, their transport needs may be very mixed. The main points to consider in the planning of such areas are: 1. All commercial and trading areas should be away from the through traffic network. If alongside, then service roads should be provided to service the development. 2. Rear servicing, separate from pedestrian access, should be provided whenever possible. 3. Adequate parking and loading facilities for operational use should be provided within the site of individual premises if possible. 4. Visitor and customer parking should be provided off the road, possibly on a communal basis. 5. On-street parking should be discouraged and only permitted where it does not obstruct general traffic movements or conflict with pedestrians. 6. Good public transport provision to and within such areas can effectively reduce overall parking demand. 7. When rural main roads in developing countries pass through trading centers, it may be necessary to reduce speeds by physical. 8. Measures such as road humps and raised pedestrian crossings to protect pedestrians and shoppers. Letter A. 1, 3, and 6 only. Letter B. 2, 4, 5, and 8 only. Letter C. All of the above. Letter D. 3, 4, 7, and 8 only. The correct answer is letter C. All the above. Problem number 23. As countries develop, people increasingly find time for leisure and recreational activities. This leads to demands for sport and recreation centers and leisure parks in addition to major facilities for spectator sports. Where tourist or leisure-related activities are encouraged and have become a necessary part of the economy, safe access to them and appropriate parking facilities for them may form an important part of their success. The main considerations to bear in mind are: 1. All recreational generators should be given access local or district distributor roads, depending on their scale. 2. Recreational land uses should be separated from residential areas, but they may be on the fringes provided recreational traffic is directed away from dwellings. 3. Certain recreational uses may be acceptable within commercial or industrial areas, although this should be done with care. 4. Adequate provision of public transport is essential. 5. All participant and separator parking should be provided separately within or near each facility and be sufficient to accommodate peak demands. 6. Pedestrian routes between entrances/parking areas and venues should be free of vehicular traffic and clearly signposted. 7. Where events necessitate the use of public highways, they should be clearly segregated from general traffic. Periodic closures may be justified. 8. Service areas and facilities should be segregated from general traffic and if possible should operate at different times to public use. And 9. Certain facilities such as car parks could be shared with other uses. Letter A. 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Letter B. All of the above. Letter C. 5, 6, 7, and 9 only. Letter D. 3, 5, 7, and 9 only. The correct answer is letter B. All the above. Problem number 24. Road network is defined as a hierarchy in terms of road types and according to the major functions the roads will serve. The main classification is whether the road is to be used primarily for movement or for access. The key points to be considered in network planning are the following. 1. Within the hierarchy, networks should be planned such that areas are separated into self-contained zones, often referred to as neighborhoods. The size and scale of these zones will depend upon the importance of the road bounding them. Within these areas, all non-essential traffic should be excluded. It should be possible to carry out most daily trips to shops and schools wholly within the area. 2. The natural barrier of main routes can be used to segregate and contain incompatible uses and to reinforce local identities. The network can be such that traffic can enter zones from an external or internal system. The external system reinforces these natural barriers and offers the safest network when well planned. Existing gridiron networks should be closed off or restricted to create internally or externally fed system. 3. Each class of road should clearly convey to the road user its role in the hierarchy with respect to both traffic volume and design speed. This can be achieved by appearance and related design standards. And 4. Each road should intersect only with roads in the same class or one immediately above or below it in the hierarchy. In that way, anyone using the network has a clear impression of the graduated change in conditions between the low-speed access roads and segregated, higher-speed, through routes at the top of the hierarchy. Letter A. All of the above. Letter B. 1, 2, and 3 only. Letter C. 2, 3, and 4 only. Letter D. 1, 3, and 4 only. The correct answer is letter A. All the above. Problem number 25. An expressway is proposed for a road corridor under the following situations. 1. A road corridor connecting several highly urbanized centers with ribbon type of development of commercial, business, and industrial establishment. 2. A road corridor with high traffic demand. Letter A. 1 only. Letter B. 2 only. Letter C. None of the above. Letter D. 1 and 2 only. The correct answer is letter D, 1 and 2 only. Problem number 26. These roads are the longer distance transport routes for motorized traffic. They provide the transportation link between regions and provinces. Their primary function is movement and not access. The elements to consider when planning expressways are: 1. No frontage access. 2. Development set well back from the highway. 3. Grade-separated intersections for extremely high flows and other intersecting expressways. 4. Number of intersections to be minimized, and 5. Where necessary or for emergency purposes, parking/stopping to be provided clear of the main carriageway. Letter A. All the above. Letter B. 1, 2, 4, and 5 only. Letter C. 2, 3, 4, and 5 only. Letter D. 1, 3, 4, and 5 only. The correct answer is letter A. All the above.